Welcome back, YouTube. Today we'll be watching some Incognito Mode, which is Internet Historian's second channel. I thought it would be fitting since we react to Neurosama a lot. This one's based on AI, so
AI. AI. Alright, who's the AI? I'm tired of being accused of being the AI clone. You're the AI clone. Don't listen to him. He's the one. I don't know which one to shoot. Guys, I think it's me. Hey, man.
Don't talk like that.
Yeah. None of us are guys.
Jesus.
I got a problem. How do I solve this? It's you just click the. You just.
Hang on.
Well, have you tried a gun? Bang 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 bang.
The field. Okay, those captures. It's if it's just the box one. Apparently, I've heard that it actually the site tracks your mouse movement instead of like that's why it just has a box. If it doesn't show like questions or like click boxes for the fire hydrant or the buses or bicycles, if it doesn't have that and it's just a box, it tracks your mouse movement because it's irregular. It's not like normal, it's not perfect. If a bot like moves the mouse to it, it will know because it will do like a straight line. The lines will be way too straight. Even if it does like some weird shit, it can't mimic human error and movement and whatever craps on your under your mouse or like your mouse pad. Oh man.
I just got distracted. I looked down. There was a video, like it's like 5 minutes crafts.
Yeah.
And they're just going, easy way to cut a watermelon in half. And there's two people. One's on one side of a car door, one's on the other, and they wind up the window. And slices the watermelon in half. That's fucking genius.
What they should do is they should put a knife on the top of it.
Oh, yeah. It was sharpen the glass.
Yeah, the glass should be like broken glass at the top of every car.
Jesus.
Okay, so I've got one for AI. Once.
Imagine that, man. A whole. Someone make a video like just, I don't know, cooking up a full English on a car and using the windows to like chop in like the hood and like, I don't know, drop it in like Arizona, the car, and there's just cooking on the hood.
Fully self-driving cars are really here.
Well, you don't have to be there. I just remember the cars have engines, so you can just turn on the engine. I wonder how hot that gets.
Commuting will become a much smaller deal.
You've arrived at your destination.
Because if you can sleep in your car, then the commute isn't a problem.
Yeah.
So you buy the Cybertruck, you kit out the back like a bathroom, essentially, so you can brush your teeth and get ready for work.
Yeah.
You set off from your house at 5 a.m. Meanwhile, you're not even waking up till 7.
Yeah.
And you live like 2.5 hours away from the city. That's not a problem. You live in the beautiful countryside, and that's just part of your sleepy routine.
This is the future, man. The only issue is like everyone's like thinking about self-driving cars in the future, but the real issue is human drivers. You need to wean them out. Like, if we have self-driving cars, all of them self-driving, then it'll be good. It'll be good then because there's no humans to make errors. There'll be bots that'll make errors, but I think they'll make less errors than humans.
Yeah. Let's say you're making dinner and you're missing an onion. Your car has a full kitchen in it too.
Yeah, you just keep cooking.
You go to the supermarket.
When you get to the supermarket, a robot comes out with 1 onion.
Yeah, it gives it to you.
Yeah.
Bro, by this time you won't need to be cooking, man.
You tap the side of your forehead, pays it automatically.
But yeah, I mentioned this before when Vedal was talking about the Neurodog and taking it on a plane to Japan and looking at the scenes and everything. This is the body I want about the Tesla one. Have Neuro inside it.
Bitcoin.
I guarantee Elon would do this.
Which at this point
It's a
is
very
another
Elon
world's
Musk
currency.
thing.
Of course, the full
Well, he hates AIs, but you know.
kitchen, it's not built into the dash. It's just a series of wall sockets and a bench.
Yes.
And you keep meaning to like find something to screw it down, but you just haven't quite found the time.
Why do I always pick deep frying on these trips?
Oh
You
god,
should
no.
pick something else.
All right, we'll do sous vide.
Did you say sous vide?
Sous vide. Sous vide.
How's it pronounced?
Sous vide.
Sous
Sous vide,
vide.
whatever.
Sous vide.
I only ever seen it written. Then you're cutting up the onions in the back. You've got the automatic robot that's like sucking out the
Typical
onion smell.
Kiwi style.
Yeah, there's a small Roomba, AI Roomba, cleaning up all the mess, all the grease on the ground. Do not trip over him.
Cybertruck 2, drive faster, please.
Cybertruck 2, I'm really getting quite late for my dinner date.
Put it in erratic mode.
Cybertruck, divert all suspension power to the accelerator. Cybertruck, turn off all unsealed road diversions.
Speaking of this truck, man, it's so weird that it was advertised as like all-terrain, and it has such a rigid body. Like, this has to be one of Elon's most like ridiculous ideas. Like, bro is, you can tell that he knows a lot more about rockets than he does about cars, man. This truck was just terrible.
Yes, ignore all detours. Put
Look at
full
that,
power
man.
to the headlights.
Divert all power to the headlights. Jesus, man.
Just blind everybody.
Cybertruck, activate horn mode.
You've got. Oh no! I didn't bring my family a half slice of watermelon. And then you, Cybertruck, open up the sunroof, would you?
And the sunroof's like a guillotine.
I cannot wait for the future.
The future's sweet. And the beauty is there's just 100 people on the road doing the same thing.
Oh fuck!
It is going to be interesting because I don't give a shit about cars.
No, who does?
As a man, you know, there's kind of a primal like appreciation for big machine, but I don't care. To
Yeah.
this day
Yeah.
can't tell any cars apart. You know, like in my Uber drivers
Screw
like
cars,
pulling up
man.
in a fucking
I'm a bike man. I like bikes. Bikes are cool.
a Demio. I'm like, I don't know what that is. It's going to be interesting because there's going to be a mix of people like you or I who just see it as a means of transportation, and so like a self-driving car with a fully equipped kitchen and goon station set up is
Goon
going to be
station.
king, and we're going to look like fucking idiots on the roads. But then you're going to have the car guys who they still want to drive their car.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
obviously
that's
you're
the
not going to
major
be able to
issue.
stop them. So there's just going to be this really weird mix of people on the road.
Okay, I've got two things. So first of all,
Yes.
if I was a smarter man, an engineer, you
Just
know
make
what
it
I would
legal,
spend
man.
some of my time doing? Inventing a seatbelt for someone who can lie down.
Oh.
Because that'll, like, the reason you can't sleep in, like, a caravan is because, you know, you might go flying around in a caravan, it's too dangerous. But if you could prove that, hey, well, I'm still strapped in even though I'm sleeping, that's fine. You get the patent for that. Everybody's got to pay you 3 cents or whatever the fuck
Patent?
for a seatbelt. Beautiful, you're rich.
What I'd do is I'd have the seat belt but go from my groin just up
Oh,
over my shoulder. And
God.
just hope like how you don't crash.
Yeah. Cybertruck, hit the brake, would you? I'd like to be bifurcated.
Cybertruck new to me.
I want to be like that watermelon got caught in the windshield. In principle as well, like, if you've got these cars that can just react to everything, and you know that, like, it'll just slam the brakes as hard as it can to
Yeah.
prevent someone getting hit, then there's going to be some real asshole pedestrians.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, so you imagine a freeway, and these computers can just react with millisecond precision.
Yeah.
And so you may as well just walk across the freeway, and if everybody has to hit the brakes and they're all getting f***ed up in their cars,
Yeah.
like, it's not my problem.
Jesus. Well, you just put fines, man. You just fine them. A shit ton.
Is AI gay?
Yes. Is AI gay? Yes or no? Let's ask it.
Question mark, question mark, question mark. And it said, as an AI language model, I don't have a sexual orientation or characteristics. If you have any other questions, I hate that. This is the worst part. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.
I just did.
What do you think I'm here for? Although, I gotta say, you know what ChatGPT
I'm trying to smash. What?
is good for? I chuck in an earpiece and I am talking to that thing an hour a day.
Really?
Yes, but they have chosen to have 5 voices, and only one is good. And, like, okay, get this right. You're making an artificial intelligence. You're trying to make it attractive to everyone. But the 5 voices that they've decided to roll out is 1, customer service lady.
Hello, I'm calling about your current car insurance.
2 is, like, a boy.
I want to be Spider-Man.
All right.
Number 3 is also a boy.
No, I want to be Spider-Man.
Number 4 is like a teenage boy.
No, I want to be Spider-Man.
Is this a program for teenage boys that have no friends? And number 5 is
That's what I was thinking. Like when he said have an earpiece talking, dude, you could just when you're that awkward guy in the party scrolling like I don't know news feed or whatever, not actually reading messages or anything. When you're just scrolling the weather app, you could just you could just call ChatGPT and pretend to talk to it and just talk to it in a corner and not look awkward at all. This is like a introvert's like dream.
like Scarlett Johansson.
From her.
You're just really ugly.
Oh, I heard about this, man. I'm pretty sure she tried to sue him. And apparently, I think that's what they were going for, but it was technically not her voice. I'm pretty sure they hired a voice actor and got her to do it. So like, it's weird. Do you have like the legal right to sue over someone doing an impression of you? Who knows, man? Who knows?
And that's fine, but everybody is going to choose that one because it's just the most pleasant voice. So you've given us 5 options and only one is good.
Yeah, it's that trick, man. If people love the illusion of freedom instead of actual freedom, I don't think people can comprehend what they can do with it. If you give them like the sense, like a little nudge to the direction that you want them to go to, they'll take it more often than having actual freedom.
Yeah, what the fuck?
And then with the Sky Voice, you can't even select it. It's turned off at the moment. So you're stuck with customer service lady, and she's fine.
It's because of
I
the
heard
legal
Scarlett
proceedings.
Johansson
I think.
thing was a bit of a legal shenanigan.
Yeah, I don't think they really took
By
it.
the way, Scarlett Johansson just sues everyone. Everyone as soon as possible. As soon as her lawyers tell her that they can sue someone, she sues.
Her voice and trained it off a whole bunch of movies. They just went, oh, this lady also sounds like Scarlett Johansson. You don't want to do it, Scarlett? All right. We'll just get someone that sounds like you. Is that Simpsons, like...
Get me Steven Spielberg. He's unavailable. Then get me his non-union Mexican equivalent.
Good timing. They've just added, like, 4 new voices. None of these are good either. Like, listen to this.
I want to be Spider-Man.
I want to be Spider-Man.
I want to be Spider-Man.
I want to be Spider-Man. I want to be Spider-Man.
They need, like, fun stuff. It would be so good if you could get Mr. Beast. And every time he treats it like it's a competition.
Screaming.
So what's, like, a good type of pine tree that goes in my region? We're here with 100,000 pine trees.
What kind of...
Yeah, how do you make apple pie? Well, this is these are the ingredients that you need.
tree is a pine tree? I've got 10 million deciduous trees.
Which one will be the timber that we use? You've got 1 million YouTube voices out there, and you're not going to have, like, Critical being like...
Oh, dude, I'd love that. I'd love that. I don't know why that didn't click in my head, but I would love that.
Hey guys, today... Like, how's it going?
Yeah.
I can see that you're trying to calculate how many miles to the moon. I think that's really rad.
That's so fucking long, man.
How about, like, Pepsi Max. Yeah, there's a
Pepsi Max, calculate the distance from here to the moon.
And it's just
By the way,
fizzes.
sir. By the way, would you like a Pepsi Max?
Pepsi Max is all you need.
Pepsis to the nearest star. You'd want Batman or something like to be like, yeah, I can tell you all about pine trees, kid, but there's a lot you wouldn't want to know. That sort of stuff, you know?
Yeah, you'd want you want to be Batman, and you'd want it to be like Batman's little fucking. You want it to be like
Alfred.
Well, they've got Robin.
Jiminy Jilliker's Batman.
Yeah.
They've already got that one covered.
They could get Alfred or Robin. That's
Tell you what,
hilarious.
I have found a new use for AI. You put an earpiece in, right?
Yeah.
And then you play a video game, like one with like RPG elements and things where you don't know all the mechanics, and it is so much fun. Like if you play Baldur's Gate 3 and then you pick up some item and you're like, oh, a dark mind? What does this do? Or like a brain in a jar? You go, I might use this later, maybe. I don't know. And then I just ask it. I go, hey, do I use this for anything? And then it goes,
No, their only use is to fill out backstory elements to the game's narrative.
oh, okay, never mind. It's brilliant.
It does take away. I feel like it takes away some of the magic of a game like Baldur's Gate.
It does, but it has its own appeal to people. I mean, the amount of shit that people the amount of time that people spend on like guides for games is like a lot. Sometimes even more than they do in game. Like for example, Warframe. You guys know I love to talk about Warframe. I probably spent over half of my allotted time on the wiki itself, and I have like 2,500 hours on Steam. I did play on the client themselves like for a while, for like a couple of months.
But in another game, I feel like who gives a shit? That's great.
You go, my armor is like armor rating 14. What does that mean? Is that good?
Not to say this is a bad
Yeah,
idea.
it's a double-edged sword because sometimes, like, people will just ask you for everything. Like, at that point, it's up to the user because it's up to them if you know, like, if they find it fun or not. But like a lot of the time, it's like Fallout. When I play Fallout, dude, as soon as I knew I can just use the console to unlock shit, I just did not I did not like spec into lockpicking at all. I only spec'd into like hacking. That's it. It just unlocked doors that needed to be picked. So it is a double-edged sword, but it's up to people, man.
By any means. But you could also just hop on a phone call with me for like, you just have me in your earpiece for 8 hours and ask me D&D questions.
I tell you what, this is kind of sad. When
Okay.
so I had my AI in my ear, and I had just asked it, "Where's Karlak?" Because I didn't know where she was on the map.
Oh, you rube.
It got through giving me step-by-step instructions like it was fucking Google Maps. It was brilliant.
You've arrived at your destination.
And then, afterwards, I went, I found it. And the AI goes...
That's great. I hope you enjoy the rest of your game.
And I went, thank you. I will. And it was kind of nice. I went, you know what? I will enjoy the rest of my life. That's sweet of you to say. That was funny.
Damn.
Ad time.
Damn, that silence was deafening. Bro was like questioning. It's like the first time he said that out loud, that situation, and he's like, oh wait, this is actually sad.
Oh, I'm out of data on me phone.
On me phone?
It's me, Saily Man. Take this phone data for 15% off.
Saily.
Whoa, that's so generous. Wait, what's the product?
It's Saily, a brand new eSIM service from Saily. And that data works all over the world.
Saily from Saily.
That's right, Mo. Saily works in over 150 countries.
Let's go down to South Sudan and help the people.
Boom, 15% off.
Thank you, Saily Man. Now I can afford to buy more gems in Candy Crush.
It's not just for him, it's for anybody that goes to the link.
That was so generous, Saley Man.
Shut up!
I'm thrilled that I no longer have to deal with the telecom companies. May I please have international roaming data?
Yeah, but we're gonna have to upgrade your plan to the next level, and then it's gonna be $70 a month.
Jesus.
The Saley signal. Look over there, Saley Man. It's a mugging.
Not in one of America's vibrant cities. Sir, why are you mugging that person?
I tell you, the cost of living is 15% too expensive.
See, Mo, the people need help with their roaming data. Take this 15% off coupon.
Saley! Thank you, Saley Man. I'll never mug again. The only mugs around here, Saley Man, are the telecom companies with their outrageous mobile data prices. So right now, you can go over to saley.com/incognito and get 15%. What? 15% off? What? At eSIM. With at saley.com/incognito.
I already bought 4.
Add over. Now, you had a thing that you wanted to show me, actually.
Yes.
What the hell was that?
So, I've been very harsh on AI art so far. However, there's something you need to know about me.
Yeah.
All of my morals go out the window as soon as I can make one of my friends laugh. Or a sizable YouTube audience. AI music is very funny.
Yeah,
you can type anything into it and it will
is.
make the catchiest song you've ever heard. Here's a song we made on my podcast.
Oh boy, my monitors have arrived. My posters on roll, it's gonna be a good
This site is so good though.
twiddling my peanuts to Bailey J. One finger in my to prove I'm not gay.
Did you come up with the lyrics?
Yeah, we just wrote like one line at a time, like taking turns.
Haven't left my goon cave for quite a while. Regardless of troops, they can't prove this in Afghanistan. One hand salute, busting in the promised land.
That's scarily good, isn't it?
Isn't that weird?
It's so good.
So this is
It's such a good site, man.
Suno.com.
This is such a good
Now,
site.
the other great thing about this is you can just write gibberish and it figures out how to...
And you can pair it with ChatGPT, man. Get ChatGPT to like write song lyrics for anything, and then get that website to like make it for you. Any genre, they got you. It's so good, man.
Sing it.
Wow.
That's so good.
I'm thinking we should
Spotify
come up with
that
a
shit,
couple
man.
of songs ourselves.
I think that's a good idea. All right, Mr. Kudos, welcome to the new studio. How do we make one of our own?
You can't say specific artists, which is good,
Okay.
but you can give it a few different prompts. Let me give you the official theme song of In the Field. 90s pop, piano, female singer. We'll just make that.
Okay.
Like, let's generate 2 photos of a field. We'll see what happens here. All right, here we go.
It's so stupid. Okay, maybe we go line by line. We'll do our own. There's a guy in the office here, and he's allergic to peanuts.
Oh, we've got one of those. That's your diversity hire.
He's looking at me, and at the moment he's not very pleased.
Should we just list things that have peanuts in them?
Chicken satay,
Snickers,
Reese's Pieces. Maybe I'm coming out of my shell.
and I'm doing just fine.
Yeah. Because it starts off with his fear of peanuts, but then by the end he's like, no, I've decided to eat the peanuts.
Just to end himself.
This feels like
Jesus.
back in the day where Michael Jackson was mastering Thriller. And there's everyone crowded around in the room and they're like, yeah, change that bit, yeah. Add in more chorus.
Oh, God.
So scroll back down. Okay, my doctor thinks I'm nuts, but that just can't be. My life's too smooth to be chunky.
Oh, God.
You know what? Let's just shoot this one out.
Yep.
Fire bar, dude.
I'm allergic to peanuts. If I touch them, I'll die. Snickers, my throat closes up, men's. My throat closes up. I'm
Jesus.
falling into Reese's arms in pieces. Is this pie pie peanut free?
Maybe like a Russian choir?
Oh, now we're talking.
Does it taste like a pea? Does it taste like a nut?
That's right.
Here's the funk one.
Does it taste like a pea? Does it taste like a nut? Anaphylactic shock when it reaches my gut. Stab me through the heart with an epinephrine dart.
That's so good.
Holy shit.
That is so good.
Break first, me or the brittle. I think I'm gonna die. My doctor thinks I'm nuts, but that just can't be. My life's too smooth to be
Oh my
trying.
god, it's so
It's
catchy.
so
Yeah.
I'm never
good.
gonna have that in my head.
It's pretty good.
Check this
Let's
site out,
make a new
man.
song. Here's on pitching. Going
probably
out to
put
the
it on
club,
the-
having a
in the
few drinks
description.
kind of song. You know, like Black Eyed Peas tonight's going to be a good night.
Oh yeah, generic in Duck Club.
Yeah, like that kind of shit. Yeah, yeah.
Instead of like get on the floor, like
Get floor.
yeah, okay, yeah, okay, more nonsensical. Yeah, get floor.
This is the chorus. Tonight is going to be the evening of the night.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, ladies,
Now, ladies, put your arms. Put yeah, no, that's it. No, that's it.
I spy a girl. The whole club is here.
It's genius. Well, what if we just preview that and then see where we
Yeah,
are?
let's see how this is cooking.
Girls at the boys at the tonight is gonna be the evening of the night. All I wanna do is go.
Jesus.
That's crazy. If you threw this into the mix, I just wouldn't know that it wasn't real.
That's what my friend Jared did, his girlfriend, because I made a bunch of stupid songs and he just like played it for her, like just casually like put it on the background, see if she'd notice. I don't think she did. For the record, I do not condone this.
I do.
In the field, yeah.
I know a lot of teachers, and the ones I know I like, but man,
Hey, sign me up, man. Neuralink, sign me up, man. Fry my brain. I would actually do it. Elon, the infinitely small chance of this reaching you, sign me up, buddy. I'm down to put a chip in my brain.
90% of teachers out there are just shit at their job.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad teachers, and that does definitely impact people's desire to learn. Do you think the next generation's
No.
The problem with teachers is like they have to be generalized. That's the issue. That's why academies are like different, because they're very personalized, and the students tend to pick their own subjects, and the classes are smaller, so like they can focus on individual students. Like, yeah, that's the main issue with schools is teachers. They need to be generalized, otherwise like they're wasting their time. They have several students that rotate, and every year there's new students that they have to rotate through, and it's just they don't have the time to be individual with like a student, so that student can like excel in the fields that they're good at.
Okay.
Having a thing that you can just like voice chat with and be like, right, so what's the deal with the area of a rhombus? And you talk to it, and then it tells you, and you go, I don't get it.
This is the future, man. This is the future. You don't go to school. You have more free time, but you have like individualized teachers, and in the future there'll be like more individualized work for people. And that's the dream, man. That's the utopia. It's like you just get taught at home, and the AI decides you're like what you're good at, picks the perfect subjects for you, and gives you like options for a career path, and then you choose, and then like I don't know, the central system would be like the government, and then they'll just know through the AI's results of you.
Dumb it down, and then you can do that ad infinitum. and it will just keep dumbing it down for you until you get it.
That's working off the assumption that there would be a student who has the thirst for knowledge. I'm just going to be like, hey, how do I can't be bothered.
Yeah, do this and give me 80% the right answers, thanks.
Yeah, no, it's actually going to be fucked in that sense.
Okay, here's a scenario.
It will be regulated.
Off, like, let's say you could have a computer brain interface.
Yes.
But then, you're back at school, 50% of the kids and they want to learn, and then there's the 50% that don't. And then one half goes off, go to jobs and regular stuff, and then the other half, they can have, like, the universal basic income thing, right?
Yeah.
But the cost is, I rent out the computing power of my brain because it's so much more efficient than any of the data centers. And then it's like you plug in for maybe 8 hours and they're like, yeah, cool, here's your check. And then off you go.
That is awfully dystopian.
Yeah, that is very dystopian, but I think that might happen. I think the technology to like to copy our brains, let's just dumb it down for myself because I'm completely dumb. To copy our or mirror our brains is like far out into the future. Like the amount of stuff that we could store in our brain, like in our cells, is like a lot, man. It's way more than what people think. So like having that like rented out, it's very dystopian, but I think it's probably gonna happen before we ever get the chance to replicate our brain.
Everyone's loving it.
That's the most dystopian thing I've ever heard, and I love it.
If someone said to me, you can power all the AI robots, like domestic cleaning robots and stuff, but you don't have to lift a finger. You can effectively just play video games with one half of your brain and the other half is unconscious and just doing stuff. Hey man, sign me up.
I would have an augmented like limbs. I think having like a fucking sweet robot arm where I could like punch through walls and like run really fast. I'd definitely do that.
Just superpowers, yeah.
Yeah, I want to be physically stronger, but don't touch the brain. I need that. Man, I already struggle to fucking discern reality from fiction as it is.
What if it's just operating while you're asleep?
That's what I'm saying. It'd be terrifying. Like, do I fully have control anymore? Or does the man have control? Because you know they would never turn that thing off fully, even if you ask them to.
Yeah, don't be a challenge, because it's the same with me sometimes. I start to think, am I dreaming on that in real life? So if that was, this will probably make me more paranoid. I'll be thinking like, this chip is controlling me.
It'd be doing like firmware updates just for the sake of security and all that sort of stuff.
And it would be reading like small parts of your thoughts to be like, okay, he's interested in McDonald's. We need to increase our Burger King sales budget. What you want to do is you do whatever the rich people are doing, because they would know. If none of the politicians and rich people were getting microchips, we definitely shouldn't be doing this.
I suppose
half the fun of being human is being like, oh, what happened with this thing here, and the other person being like, I'm not really too sure, and then even though you have the power to Google it, you don't, and you just say, yeah, that's probably what happened. That's most of my experience. Just being like,
just living like ignorant bliss.
That guy died. Oh well, I won't look it up. Imagine how weird conversations would be if just everyone had brain chips like that, and you're going out, you're just having like a casual like brunch conversation, and be like, oh, what happened with that? Do you ever hear about Watergate? And then you just see the other person go like limp for a second while they like go into their mind palace and then come back like, oh yeah.
You know, like during a cutscene when like you're playing The Witcher and they don't register the other half of the environment, right? It's just where the camera is pointing. Only that is being rendered. And so every time the camera cuts to a reverse shot, the hair just bounces into the shot.
Yeah, because it has to resim.
It does that every time they have like a normal conversation. You weren't consulting the Mind GPT, were you? No,
God. What if that's the trade-off? We're like, okay, we're gonna put brain chips in people, but we need some way to show that people are using them, because otherwise, people could be doing all sorts of sketchy stuff at all times. So the trade-off is when you're using it, you go completely limp. So it'll be like that. That's how you can do like school exams still, even though you've got the chip, because they'd be able to tell like, oh yeah.
That'd be great, because you'd be like rock climbing or something, and you ask your mate, you go like, hey, what's 2 + 2?
Crumples.
And that's the end of the video. Alright, Chat PT, write
Chat
an
PT.
outro for this episode of In the Field and play.
Well, that's it for today's episode of In the Field. Our boots are muddy. The mysteries of the internet are still, somehow, unsolved. And we've probably violated a few international laws along the way. But hey, that's just another day on the World Wide Web.
Dude, no one
Thanks for
said
watching.
World Wide Web
And
in
remember,
ages.
reality is just a loading screen. See you in the next one. Incognito mode. Out.
That's so good, man. That's so good. Anyway, if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.